Well, hey garden friends, it's Destry. Welcome back to my Oregon yard. It's a chilly day here in the Pacific Northwest, but it is dry, so we're going to be getting a project done today. We are going to be clearing out all of these dead and decaying plants from my Greenstock planter. So let's get started. So for those of you who don't know what a Greenstock is, it's basically a vertical planter. I invested in one this spring and I've been really happy with how it functions and the amount of plants I've been able to plant in a small vertical location. So that's kind of the idea of a Greenstock. They are great for things like decks or patios, or if you just have a limited gardening space, because they allow you to plant vertically. So this is one that I got. It's kind of I think it's like a kind of a terracotta color, and you can see I had it planted up with some really pretty things. So I had lots of nasturtium in here this year. I had marigolds. I had some herbs in it earlier in the season. I think I still have a few perennial herbs left in here, but I really need to just kind of get in here and clean out all these plants. Everything is done for the season. I have been enjoying some late fall color, but now everything is really wet and squishy, and so I just need to get it into my yard debris bin and get this cleared out for the winter. I do have my pop-up debris bag. I've got my really nice insulated rubber coated gloves, and I might end up kind of unstacking this as I go to be able to clear out these plants. Now I'm going to leave the soil in the planter because it is plastic. It shouldn't like freeze and crack or anything here in my Zone 8B garden, but I'm going to pull everything out by the root and kind of get rid of things. So let's get started on this. So here is what things are looking like right now, and like I said, I started the season with quite a few herbs. But right now I have lots of nasturtium that have gone to seed. So I could collect these seeds, but quite honestly, I've already collected quite a few nasturtium seeds, more than I think that I will ever need. So I'm just going to be discarding of that. The marigolds are all nice and squishy, but I think tucked in here I might have some few things like, I think this is a thyme, and I thought there was a lavender plant. Oh, here it is. Or maybe it's a rosemary. Here it is. So there is one perennial here I'm going to be digging out here. This is a Provence lavender. So I'm going to repot that and put it in the greenhouse. It looks like I also have some sage here and some basil that I might transplant out and try to overwinter in the greenhouse. This looks like it's some celery or parsley. Not celery, parsley. And again, it looks like it's kind of gone to seed and stuff here. So I don't know that I'll keep that, but I might keep some of the herbs. I started off this Greenstock as an herb garden in the spring and was able to harvest some of the herbs and use them. So, but then I kind of did a refresh of it mid-season and just planted a lot of these flowers. So anyway, I'm going to unstack it. Now, one thing I am going to invest in is a lid for the top of this. You can see that I've got, oh my gosh, I've got my bungee cord. I was trying to find this the other day, and here it is. I bungee cord my tarp here on my greenhouse, and I usually have two, and I couldn't figure out where the other one was. Well, here we go. I found it. Awesome. So anyway, I'm going to invest in a lid. They do make lids that will cover the top of this. So for this season, I'm going to clear this out, and then I'm going to just kind of flip that over so that it doesn't get so much debris in there. But in the future, I think I'd like to invest in a lid. I do have it on a rolling, some rolling casters. And so that's been really nice. I've been able to move it around here and there as I've needed to. But yeah, I think I'm just going to kind of unstack this and get this all cleaned out today. Right, so I'm just going to start up here at the top and work my way down. And like I said, I'm going to try to keep as much soil as I can in the different sections of the Greenstock. And then I think what I might do is once I get it all cleaned out here, I might go ahead and give it a good rinse off or a hose off just to clean up the outside of it so it doesn't look quite so messy during the winter months. I kind of would like it to look a little nicer out here too, but man, some of these plants have really done well and kind of taken over. I might not need to unstack the whole thing, but I might anyway. This is a parsley. Oh, some of these are really rooted in. There's a little creeping thyme, I think is what this is. I'll just grab it out by the roots a little bit. So this is another one I might be able to pop in the ground or somewhere else. Man, it's really rooted in. I don't necessarily want all of this root system. Try to back that out a little bit. There we go. And quite a few weeds in here too. All right, so I'm gonna just unstack as I go. Give everything a good hose out when I'm done. And kind of rinse all the pieces and parts. Now there are covers you can buy for these too that you could like actually cover the plants for the winter season and try to, you know, keep the plants in there and kind of have like a little greenhouse effect. I think they have like plastic covers and such, but I'm not interested in doing that. And again, I could cut these off and just let the roots, I'm letting some of the roots, I'm keeping some of the roots in here to just decompose. But again, these nasturtiums and stuff, I don't want these coming back next year necessarily. I'll probably do something different. In fact, I've thought about just making this a whole strawberry bed. That's one of the ideas that I have. I have seen a lot of gardeners use the Greenstocks for strawberries, and that seems to work really well. Okay, I've got another one of these thymes here. We should just grab some clippers. This is that, it's a thyme plant. So this is the second one of these. I'm gonna pull this out by the roots. I might keep that for okay, so this is this variegated oregano, and it's done really well here. It's re-rooted in a couple areas, I can see. So this is it here. I'm going to see about kind of getting some of the root system here and digging this out. Maybe this could be something I plant elsewhere. So here's this one, still doing really great. And I need to grab a can for this. So I think I'm just gonna do one of these and kind of plant these up in just some nursery cans or something like that. And see about saving them. But you can see where it re-rooted itself, that little piece. So this is definitely something that's going to spread if I put it in the ground. Okay, and then this is that lavender. So same thing with this one. I want to try to get the roots, but I'm going to kind of cut this out. Kind of lift it by the root ball if I can. Just gonna pop it in a can here. Probably should have used a bigger one, but that's okay. And I could also put this one in the ground. So this one is a Provence lavender. It's time to say goodbye to all of this. Deconstruct this planter for the last time this season. Like I said, I did kind of a mid-season refresh of it, which was nice. All right, here's another herb I've got here. This one is oregano, golden oregano. And I think, again, it's probably would overwinter for me, but I also could pop it in a can and just pop it in the greenhouse. Things overwinter so much better, you know, in the greenhouse. But again, this is another spreader. So see all this that's spreading. Probably another reason I don't want to keep it in this kind of container, because it's spreading out into the other plantings that I've got here, which is not ideal. And it's sending runners too. So this might be a plant that, again, you want to be really careful about planting something like that in the ground. I'm gonna go get another can. So this is a golden oregano, was the name of that one. Good enough. I'm gonna break this up a little bit. When I initially planted this in the spring, boy, it took a lot of dirt. I think I went through like, I don't know, it was like maybe 3 bags of dirt. It was quite a bit. It was more than I had anticipated. All right, so a bit of you. Okay, I've got a rosemary here. You're going. What is this? Oh, that was a basil. So the basil bit the dust. But I still have a rosemary here. I have another one of those creeping thymes. Boy, I must have been into the... Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I think what I did is I took one of those creeping thyme plants and I like divided it a bunch of times. That's why I have so many of those. They'd be pretty along, like if you had like a rock border or something, because they do spread. Okay, we're gonna get this rosemary out of here. Now rosemary, again, will probably overwinter for me outdoors, but I don't really necessarily need it to be outdoors. Okay, move that one aside. That would be a good candidate for like a topiary. I like to do rosemary topiaries. And here's another one of these thymes. And I need more cans. Gotta get more cans. This is a really pretty spiller. You can kind of see like that over the side of a pot. Isn't that pretty? So I definitely want to keep some of this investment here of different herbs, but I don't know that I want to keep them in here. Move. Right, I'm on my last 2 levels here. More of these marigolds and more nasturtium. Man. More marigold. And then I've got let's see, this is this is chives. It's pretty rotted out. I think I'm just gonna let it go. Man, it's rooted in there good though. And again, I can just leave all these roots in here. It shouldn't hurt anything, but get the plant out, the main parts. So like these roots that are here, they shouldn't hurt anything. They'll just kind of decompose. So I'll just kind of flip those back in there. And then, let's see, that was the chives. And then this is, what is this? Oh, this is a purple sage. So I think I want to keep this one. Find my hoary. And it's a little wilty. All right. Okay, so I've got, oh, this is my catmint or catnip. Catnip. more chives. Oh no, I didn't get that by the root. I think the chives do have, you know, they're from the onion family, so I think they have like a little bit of a bulb down here that I want to probably take out. Again, I mean, I could totally leave that in there and it probably perk up next spring, but I'm going to do something else with this next spring, so I'm going to take that out. Okay, so then this one is parsley. I've got a lemon thyme. That one I might try to keep, and then I've got the catmint or catnip. I'm going to take out the parsley. I'm not going to try to save that one. I didn't use it. It's not that attractive, but I am going to save this lemon thyme. I'm going to pull this baby out of here and see. And again, I could even just do an herb garden in here next spring and reuse a lot of these. And then on this guy, let's see, I'm going to whack it back. I'm just going to pop it into a can first and then I'll whack it back. I'm glad I kept all of these little tags though, because I couldn't tell you what they all were here if I hadn't kept them. But I think I'm just going to cut this one back real quick and then I'm going to pop it in a can. Or maybe I'll pop it in a can first. Let's pop it in a can first. Now I might also use this for seedlings next fall. Or next spring, I'm sorry. It is fall. Womp, there we go. The cat, my cat really liked this catnip. And so I left it on the bottom because he would come through and like nibble on it. Okay. And I just got a bunch of dirt down in the hole here, which is not good. So I'll have to take it apart a little bit more. I'm gonna like clean up a little bit. And then I'm gonna take my hose and I'm gonna like spray everything down. So I'm gonna move all these plants that I kind of salvaged here. All right, so of course Milo and Max are out here helping me. Hey guys, quit. So this is all the stuff I was able to salvage from there. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 plants actually that I'm gonna be saving. Gosh, I'm just thinking I don't have no room in my greenhouse for these, but I'm gonna have to figure it out. So I got a couple sages. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of these thymes, and I think these are, let's see. So there's like, those are the same kind. I think that is also the same kind. I think this is a different variety. I've got the 1 lavender, 2 sage. This is a oregano, rosemary, and the catnip. And then, oh, this is another one of those same as, oh no, it's not. It's just a different one. What is this one again? I think it's a thyme. Anyway, lemon thyme, something like that. Anyway, here's what I got. So I'm saving all this, and I know they've put on a lot of size since I planted them this spring. In fact, I'll try to find the original video where I planted these up. I mean, I know these were just little like 3-inch starts. So they've definitely put on a lot of size. I'm gonna go ahead and fill them with more soil and kind of repot them and reseed them, kind of get them watered in. And I'll probably trim them back too. Sorry, dogs. I'll probably trim them back as well. Like I'm gonna cut back some of this growth just to kind of help put them in a dormancy a little bit. But that's still like a pretty good haul of the stuff I'm gonna keep for next year. All right, so here's what I've got for the Greenstock. It's all pulled apart. Here's all the pieces. I tried to keep as much dirt in as possible. So I'm gonna grab my hose and just like hose everything down. I'm gonna put it all back together and then kind of hose it off as well. And kind of just, you know, get it done for the season and get it cleaned up and kind of restocked, but also have it ready for next spring to plant some new things. All right, so I went ahead and repotted all the plants here, and I did give them a pretty good haircut. So the lavender I cut way back because I didn't like the habit it was in. It was like draping over the pot, so you can see I ditched a lot of that. I trimmed back the rosemary a bit, but I pruned back the catnip real hard too, because it just was looking kind of sickly there. But the rest I left pretty much intact, but I did get those all repotted. So again, look at all those plants I could have for next year. I could do a different, maybe I'll do a different herb garden container thing next year, who knows. And then over here, this is how this is looking. Pretty dramatic before and after. It's all cleaned up. I think, sorry, my dogs are barking, so I keep having to stop the video. Anyway, this is how this is looking. I think it looks great, and I think honestly it's going to be better for the plastic of this container to, you know, not let all those plants like decay in there all year. In fact, I'm going to get a towel and just wipe it off because I want to keep it nice. It's only, you know, it's only going to be the second season that I have it. So I think it'll be in better shape now that it's all cleared out and it's all, you know, ready for next spring. I don't have to worry about it. I can just get out here and plant my seedlings or flowers or whatever I want to do. So it's a pretty dramatic before and after, and I'm really happy with how it turned out, and I'm happy to have that project done. All right, gardeners, well, thanks for hanging out with me in my yard today and checking out this video, and it feels good to have this project done. If you're thinking about getting a Greenstock, I will put some links in the comments for you. They really are awesome. This video is not sponsored, but it's been a really enjoyable thing in my yard, and I've really enjoyed it. So again, thanks for hanging out and watching. If you could give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, that would be awesome. And if you need me, I'll be doing some gardening. I'll see you next time. Bye.